Hello, Durud and Shalom. Hi, everyone. We're reviewing someone new. I know you should. TYT. You guys said you want diversity. Diversity is our strength. So they say. So we're taking a break from Piers Morgan and Nick Fuentes. And we're doing TYT and a Kasparian. And I haven't watched this video, so I have no idea. I have no idea what we're getting into. I only know that this is Iran related. So we get to cover bullshit and talk about Iran at the same time. Yay! Okay, let's see. Ooh, my favorite people are here. I don't know how to pronounce. I'm gonna say Bingo. Yeah, Bingo is here. Amir is here. Newton is here. Lior is here. Ameth is here. And Sarah is here. Sammy. Oh, Sammy. Love the profile picture. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Ooh, Sherry is here. Fantastic. Okay. People are already puking. I'm seeing Anna Kasparian. Oh no, Amir. Oh no. Amir is puking. Amir is puking. my puking bag is ready. Let's go. Okay, guys, get your puking bags ready. Okay, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Oh, Jean is here. Hi, Jean. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Young Turks. I'm Anna Kasparian, and there is a lot of confusion in regard to where we currently stand in the negotiations between the United States and Iran. Many Americans want an end to this war. They want the Strait of Hormuz to be open. And a lot of people got their hopes up over this past weekend where it appeared as though Trump was close to making a deal with the Iranians, and then everything fell apart. So what is actually
making a deal with the Islamic Republic?
Anyways. Trump was close to making a deal with the Iranians, and then everything fell apart. So what is that?
Oh my God, Newton is already puking. Okay, you need to get your puking bags on, guys. Go get a bag, plastic bag or something right next to you, okay? Durud, yes. Hi, Omid is here. Spring Fauna is here. Yes. Hey, Texas Troop is here.
Trump was close to making a deal with the Iranians, and then everything fell apart. So what is actually happening right now? Well, fortunately, here to discuss this story with us is Joe Kent, the former director of the National Counterterrorism Center. He stepped down from the Trump administration following the start or the launch of the war against Iran. And he's here to answer some questions today. Joe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Great to be with you.
You and I haven't spoken.
So, like, the fact that you're going on this platform with these anti-American scum and talking to them and agreeing with them shows that Joe Kent was always anti-American. This is betraying your country. You don't get more anti-American, guys. You don't get more anti-American than Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur. So this is him basically betraying his country. Joe Kent is anti-American, demonstrating his anti-American views by agreeing with these two fucks. Oh, look at this. Spring Fauna just became a member. Thank you so much, Fun. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for being a member.
Directly yet, but I really appreciate your accessibility, how many interviews you've been doing since stepping down from your role, because it has been in.
I mean, that was like, oh my God, you're so accessible. You're doing so many interviews. That was the whole fucking point. He realized that this is profitable it's more profitable to go out and start basically spreading anti-Israeli bullshit than ever before in the United States. Like, wow, you're so accessible. You're doing so many interviews. Yeah, it's his new career, you fucking idiot. I mean, you know it. You know how profitable it is to be anti-Israeli. So he saw that there's money to be made to go betray his country and attack the main ally of his country. He's doing all of these interviews because, yeah, there's profit. There's profit to be made in this anti-Israel, anti-Jewish industry. Oh, wow, we got our first super chat, guys, already. Oh my God, the super chat counter is working. Guys, it counted. Does that mean it's back? Ooh, hopefully it keeps the count. Do you guys see it? I see it. Ooh, it's working. Mazel tov, yes. Is it working? That is impressive. Okay. So, Tanya, thank you so much for getting us started. Oh, yeah, we see it. Okay, good. So, Tanya is saying hi from northern border of Israel. Oh my God, stay safe. Oh, thank you for being here. Love watching you. Hezbollah has increased fire. I'm so sorry about that. Really not good here. I'm so sorry. Guys, I know that I shouldn't feel responsible because Hezbollah is not Iranian and it's actually anti-Iranian, but because the funding from Hezbollah is coming from my country, sometimes I feel like shame that you guys are dealing with that because of the support that is coming from outside of my country for Hezbollah. Guys, Israelis, we're working on it. We're trying to stop this disease, okay? We Iranian people are working on it so that you guys don't have to deal with this at some point. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. I'm so sorry. We're working on it. I know it's taking so long, but we're working on it. But thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Yeah, Amir saying it's okay, Armin. Israel kicks their ass. Yes, they do. So beautifully. But hopefully one day they don't have to because there's no more ass to kick at all. Like it was hopefully one day it will be all over. And thank you, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here. And then we got another super chat. And guys, it's working. Look at that. The counter is working. We got another super chat. And Sarah saying, is this thing on? Love you, Armin and chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, and it is on. Thank you for the test. Let me heart your super chats. These super chats shouldn't go unhearted. There we go. Hearted all of them. Yeah, it's 3. It's on 3. Guys, look at it. The counter is back on. Thank you. Yes, Sarah tested it. And Tanya gave us a third super chat saying, not you, love you. Well, I love you back, Tanya. I love you back. And yep, it's at 3 right now, 3 out of 10. So we're already 30% there. And thank you guys. Thank you. Yay. Oh my God, it's back. It's back. I mean, I'm gonna miss you guys counting the super chats. You guys are awesome, but this is good. Finally, I thought that YouTube is messing with us, but no. Oh my God, we got Okay, look, people are testing it. Oh yeah, it's working. Hezi is saying, I'm just checking again if it's working. Yes, it's working. You guys are awesome. Everyone is checking the super chat count. Yep, it's 4. Yeah, thank you, Hezi. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Someone saying Armin is awesome. Well, thank you. You guys are sweet. Thank you. All right, let's continue.
Lightning. A lot of people are curious about what's really happening behind the scenes with the Trump administration. So why don't we start off with a question that's been, front of mind since this past weekend. So these negotiations, alleged negotiations between the United States and Iran seem to have kind of fallen apart. Some believe that the Israelis sabotaged peace yet again, but I actually
Israel sabotaged peace yet again. Guys, always say it with me. Israel has not started a single fucking war in its entire history. I challenge you to go find me a single war that Israel has started. Israel is the world's greatest force for peace because they end wars. They don't start wars. And you know why Israel is the greatest force for peace? Because Israel is always being threatened by war. Israel does not want war. Israel wants peace because Israel needs stability more than any other country on earth, because no other country is threatened with annihilation more than Israel, meaning instability is not just an inconvenience for Israel. Instability is always an existential crisis for Israel. So there's no country has more desire for peace than Israel. No country has more of a desire for peace than Israel. And that's why Israel has dedicated its entire existence into ending wars. And every single military operation that Israel has been involved with has been for ending wars, not starting wars. Oh my God, we got another super chat. Look at this. Oh, and it's still working. It is still working. Sammy, thank you so much for the super chat. We're halfway there. We're at 5 out of 10. And saying testing counter also. Javid Shah, Payande, Iran, what? Va Israel. Oh, yeah, and Israel. Va means and. Payande. So he's saying long live Iran and Israel. Payande, Iran, Va Israel. Thank you, Sammy. And again, love that profile picture. thank you. Okay, great. This is great. Okay, let's continue.
Question whether the Trump administration is negotiating in good faith. And the reason why I say that is because Axios, Barak Ravid specifically, keeps reporting again and again and again that Trump and Netanyahu are just at each other's throats. They had a tense phone call. There's a big disagreement.
Yeah, and Axios, a very good source, a very credible source of information. Sure. I mean, guys, we heard exactly the same thing between President Trump and Netanyahu before Operation Epic Fury, and then we realized that it was all fake and they were completely aligned. I completely agree that there is some disagreements between President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. I mean, how could there not be? Obviously, even you and your best buddy always have some disagreements. Like, there's never 100% mutual interest and agreement on anything. Of course there will be some disagreements, but I think that people, there's other two things. People either take those disagreements and they exaggerate it, that's one, but also what they also do is that another part of it is, I think there might be some interest by President Trump and Netanyahu to pretend that there's division so that they could good cop, bad cop it. They're good cop, bad copping it for the Islamic Republic. That's what I think is also happening. Oh, thanks. So thank you so much for thanking the super chats. And holy crap, guys, we're getting so many super chats. What's going on? Whoa, what is going on? And the counter is working. Okay, I need to heart the super chats when we get them to show appreciation. Wow, we're already at 9. We got 4 more super chats, all back to back. Thank you so much for the super chat. Saying, did you give us a ve also? We have nothing original. I don't get the joke. Do you give us a ve? What is that? Guys, help me out. I'm not good with jokes. I don't understand jokes. I need explanation. What does this mean? What does this mean? Help me out here. What is going on? Oh, they got both O and Va in Farsi? Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so here, I'll just tell you what Va means, okay? Va means and in Farsi. Oh, ve. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Ve in Hebrew means and? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, now I get it. Oh, okay. So I didn't need to explain that to you. So you guys already know that. Oh, okay. So we say va, you guys say ve. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I learned something today. And then we got another super chat. Thank you, Hezi. We got another super chat by Aristotle or Plato. Thank you so much. And because of anti-Semites, Israel is hated, sadly. Yes, anti-Semites, or as I prefer to call them, Jew haters. And thank you. You're on point. Sherry with a super chat. Thank you, Sherry, saying Lior needs a new job. Oh my God, guys, Lior is unemployed now. Oh no, Lior, are you here? Somebody find Lior a job. There's no more super chats to count. Guys, is anybody hiring? Oh no, I'm sorry, Lior. And thank you, Sherry. Is she here? Okay. We'll find her a job. Oh, we have a job already. The baker. Lior, would you take this new job? Will you be our official baker for somebody who makes it? Oh yes, Lior, you got unemployed because the counter is working, but We could, if you're interested, we could make you the official baker of the chat. So anytime these idiots make an obvious statement, you could give them a cookie, okay? If you would like, your mission, if you choose to accept it, should you choose to accept it, is to bake cookies for anybody who's being like, yeah, for any obvious points these people, for any brave moral positions that these people make. Oh my God, she's already baking in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. And we already got to 10 super chats. Look at this. Confetti. We have confetti. Did you guys see that? We haven't had the confetti for a long time, right? Because the super chat counter was not working, but it's now BT got it to 10 and we all got confetti in the chat. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm going above. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, yes, see, BT saying, oh my God, why did my screen have confetti? But was I 10? Yes, you were 10. You brought us the confetti. Thank you, BT. All right, let's see. We're getting so many super chats, guys, today. What's going on? So, yes, so then we got Amir with another super chat saying, never have Anna on pizza. Okay. You. Yes, no, don't do that. Thank you, Amir. And BT, our 10 super chat saying, driving to Nara now. Oh, wish you were here one day. I promise. We will make it happen one day. You know, we should have an Liberty Politics Jerusalem group travel one day. We should all meet in Jerusalem. Okay, one day we will all, next year in Jerusalem, we will all have a gathering in Jerusalem and we'll meet there with each other. Sounds good? I'm serious, like we will do that one day. And Sayed, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow, guys, what is happening? You guys are so sweet. Sayed saying super chat counter is working now. Finally, YouTube fixed it. Yes, you did. Thank you. You did. Thank you, Sayed. And Sarah is saying, Israel can't catch a break ever. Shame. Yep. Guys, you have no idea how profitable it is. You know, if I turn this, if I one day came and say, like, you know, guys, I'm changing my mind. Israel is this and this and that. And they're actually, I'm being like slowly try to move to becoming anti-Israeli. This channel will like grow significantly and we will make a lot more money. So there is so profitable. You have no idea. It's so profitable right now to be anti-Israeli. I mean, it has always been in history. It's been the history for 2,000 years or more. What is this? Sam is saying پاتیپتور دیدی در مورد پاک شدن سابقه سیاسی آرمین توییت جدید یک سری از افراد خبر داده. آرمین توییت جدید یک سری Guys, when you put English and Persian together, it will mix it up. Pati mishe. Oh, okay. So Patipto has put a new tweet exposing people's political history. Okay, I haven't seen it. I will take a look at that. Look at that. Yep, I will. Thank you, Sam, for bringing that to my attention. Omid with a super sticker. Thank you, Omid. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you always. And then Suzanne, thank you so much for the super chat saying, love you, Arman, from Iranian American. Thank you, Suzanne. Love you back. Thank you. And Amir with 5 Liberty Politics memberships for the people in the chat. Amir always bringing us gifts. Amir, the Santa Claus of our chat. Thank you, Amir. And then BT, but the last super chat saying, Nare, can we get to Canada by August 1st? let's plan something in Jerusalem. That's when I want to meet everybody. Jerusalem. And thank you, BT. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, guys, would you all be there? Like, how many of you will be there if we have a meeting in Jerusalem? All right, let's get back to this nonsense these people are putting out there.
And then you turn over to Israeli media, and Channel 14 News had quoted Kobe Michael, a senior researcher at the Misgave Institute, who told the Israeli press this: by leaking the story about an alleged serious crisis between Netanyahu and Trump, the Iranians may find themselves completely surprised by the timing of the next military strike. The leak, meaning the leak to Barak Ravid, created a sense of disagreement between the two leaders and positioned Trump as the leader, giving diplomacy another chance despite heavy pressure from Netanyahu. Trump understands very well who the Iranians are. So basically, he's making the argument that it was all it was all meant to trick everybody, including the Iranians, as the US prepared.
Wait, look at this. What? So the leak created a sense of disagreement between the two leaders and positioned Trump as the leader, giving diplomacy another chance despite heavy pressure from Netanyahu. Trump understands very well who the Iranians are. Oh, wait, so this exposes that the disagreement was fake. I need to screenshot this. This is some good stuff. Wow. So this shows that Anna and all of these other people were wrong. This is really good stuff, guys. So guys, this is what we predicted. This is exactly what we were talking about. We were right about this. Look at this. Yeah, see? I'm just saying, of course it was fake. Trump and Bibi are bros. Oh, you say Texas thing, but the source is Barack Ravid. Yeah, I mean, even if they're admitting it, it's okay. I mean, even if the people who we disagree with admit it, it's actually better if it comes from people who we disagree. Wait, this is Kobe Michael Senior. No, wait, the source. Let me actually go back and see where did they got this from. This is from the senior researcher at the INSS and the MISGov Institute. Let me go read the context of this one more time. This is really good.
Who are just at each other's throats. You know, they had a tense phone call. There's a big disagreement. And then you turn over to Israeli media. And Channel 14 News had quoted Kobe Michael, a senior researcher at the MISGov Institute, who told the Israeli press this: by leaking the story about an alleged serious crisis between Netanyahu and Trump, the Iranians may find themselves completely surprised by the timing of the next military strike.
Ooh, let me screenshot this as well. So this shows it's not it's the idea that Israelis are ruining Trump's plan for stopping a war. This could all be fake, and they're actually aligned. And this is just they're doing the okay. So we don't know if this is true. We just know that the good cop bad cop strategy was what they were doing before Operation Epic Fury, and behind the scenes they were aligned and planning the attack with each other. So I don't know if it's true again this time. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's true again this time. So I'm not saying it's true because these people are saying it. I'm just saying it's easy to believe that this is what's happening.
The leak, meaning the leak to Barack Ravid, created a sense of disagreement between the two leaders and positioned Trump as the leader, giving diplomacy another chance despite heavy pressure from Netanyahu. Trump understands very well who the Iranians are. So basically, he's making the argument that it was all meant to trick everybody, including the Iranians, as the US prepared to do a surprise strike on Iran yet again, which
I mean, guys, this was exactly what got Khamenei to go from a lower level of his hole to a higher level in his hole and die. Right? It's amazing that we're doing the same strategy and they might be buying it.
They did carry out near the Strait of Hormuz, killing 4 Iranian soldiers. So what do you make of all of this? What's actually going on here?
Well, it's definitely kind of a chaotic situation. The fundamentals, though, haven't changed. I mean, the Iranians are in control of the Straits of Hormuz. They've demonstrated that. They obviously, because it's their backyard, they can outlast us. We continue to say that we want diplomacy while baking in poison pills.
They can outlast you because it's their backyard. I mean, the blockade has devastated them. What do you mean? Because it's guys, if I come with an RPG and aim it at your house and blow it up, are you gonna be like, well, I'm okay because this is my backyard and it's not yours? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It being their black. I mean, look at the history of war. So many countries have lost in their backyard. It's kind of like saying like the Nazis could basically outlast the United States and the allies because it's their backyard. Yeah, Did the Nazis manage to outlast the American? It was their backyard. They brought it to their backyard. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to outlast your enemy.
We continue to say that we want diplomacy while baking in poison pills to the negotiating demands, saying that the Iranians have to give up enrichment, which we know basically kills any hope of the deal with the Iranians. We know that until we actually restrain the Israelis, whether we admit it or not, that the Israelis will do everything they can to make sure the negotiations aren't successful.
The Israelis will do whatever they can to protect themselves and make sure that the threat against them, the threat to their existence, is over and done with. And once for all, they could live in peace and stability without having to worry about a country threatening its annihilation.
And the Israelis have been very upfront with us, basically from the beginning. I mean, they want to take down the regime. They don't care how long it.
I wonder why. I wonder why the Israelis want to take down the regime. It's not like the Islamic Republic has been threatening Israel with absolute complete annihilation for 47 fucking years.
Takes. So the fundamentals with the Israelis haven't changed at all. If anything, they know that their time is limited, especially as we head in towards the midterms. So unless we actually start taking away some of the military support that we give them that enables them to go on the offense, I mean, we just have to be realistic and know that Israel is going to operate on, in accordance with their own best interests. So I kind of think a lot of what we're seeing, unfortunately, is theater. And I say that, and I do hope that everything that President Trump says about trying to get a deal, I hope that's true. And I hope he proves us wrong. And I hope he actually does get a deal. But I think right now the Iranians are seeing that they still control the big fundamentals. Mm-hmm. And they're leaving Trump with the only option right now.
What big fundamentals? The only leverage they have is the Strait of Hormuz. What other big fundamentals? Like, can you list them, please? Or you just like, where did you get that from? Did you just pull that out of your ass?
Now he has, unless he decides to leave, like I've been advocating for, is to escalate militarily. A lot of the hardliners in Iran, I think, want that. The Israelis.
Guys, let me just tell you guys, if the Americans leave, they will be back. This is an unfinished job that needs finishing. If they leave. Yeah, exactly. Texas is saying Joe Kent is a traitor and a grifter. He is.
Want that, but Trump hasn't so far, because I think deep down inside President Trump knows that actually there is no military solution. He tried that for the first iteration of the war and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So until President Trump kind of snaps out of it.
What do you mean? Okay, there's no military solution because he tried it and it didn't work. It's been 3 fucking months. What the fuck are you talking about? Pick up a history book. Look up all modern military operations. It's been 3 months. You have had the greatest progress in the shortest amount of time. This has been the most successful military operations in the history of civilization.
Sees that, basically he's being given really bad advice by probably some of his own advisors and by the Israelis, and just leaves. We're going to be stuck in this stalemate, which I think is very dangerous because, we're one missile or we're one strike away from losing some of our troops. And then we're going to be in an escalation cycle once again where we can't leave under fire. Right now, I think he should take the opportunity while there is a ceasefire to just declare victory and simply leave, reset the negotiation that way.
Okay, you just said so many interesting things that I want to ask you about. Okay, so I totally agree with your assessment in regard to Trump should just leave. There is no winning this war. But you said that,
What do you mean there's no winning this war? This has been the most beautiful, successful military operations, achieving so many goals within the shortest amount of time. Guys, even the Islamic Republic analysts are now saying that the United States has managed to achieve its short-term goals already. I saw an analyst from the Islamic Republic saying that the United States actually has managed to achieve its short-term goals. It has still not achieved its long-term goals, and that's why it's not going to give up until it also achieves its long-term goals. So even the Islamic Republic analysts now gets what's happening, and these, I don't want to say retard because I think they know what they're doing. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you think these two are retarded or they're just grifters? Like, is it both? I don't know. Let me know in the chat.
Iran would want an escalation. Why do you believe that?
Right now, militarily, they're winning. So two things. Number one, because we killed a lot of the moderates in that country. And I know a lot of, our critics will get mad when I say the former Ayatollah was some kind of a moderate. I don't mean moderate in the sense of like one of our neighbors moderate here in America. I mean moderate by Iranian standards.
Mm-hmm.
He was making the Iranians observe a strict escalation ladder in regards to their proxies attacking us.
It would if by moderate, what does even moderate mean? Okay, I think that if you're more effective that in your goal to destroy United States, you're not more moderate, you're just better at. So within the Islamic Republic, we have people who sound more radical and hardline because of the narrative that they have, and then we have these other people that sound less hardline, less radical. But if you understand what the end goal is, the end goal is to destroy Israel, to destroy the United States, and have global Islamic domination. The goal of all of them is the same thing. So when it comes to radicalism, I think they're all equally at trying to achieve the same thing. The people who sound more radical, they sound more radical because their principles makes them behave in a certain way short term that sound less radical to us. But I think the other camp is actually more radical because they're more pragmatic in achieving their radical goals. In my opinion, that makes them even more radical. But the ultimate goal of all of them is the same thing. Is the survival of the Islamic Republic, the Islamic regime, not republic, the survival of the Islamic regime, the destruction of Israel, and the eventual destruction of the United States, and the global dominance of their Islamic Shia revolution under their imamate.
He held the prohibition on the development of a nuclear weapon. We killed him really early on.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is this guy as retarded as John Kerry? How did he even get his job? This guy was head of anti-terrorism, and he says he believed Ali Khamenei's fatwa against a nuclear weapon. Are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck did this guy get that job? He was the head of anti-terrorism in the United States, hired by the government to be anti-terrorism. And he was like, well, Ali Khamenei was more moderate because he had a fatwa against nuclear weapons. And you believed it? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Texas is saying, Armin, his job was not as important as people think. Oh, okay, really? Okay. Well, thank you for that information. I was like, why did he even get that job? That's not the job. What was the job then? I didn't know. Oh, we got another super chat by Dr. Yoda saying, yogurt is a grifter. Anna is just dumb. Maybe. Interesting. Do you guys think Anna is retarded or also a grifter? To be a grifter, you need to be somewhat smart. Oh, so the NCTC is data collection. Okay.
The Israelis were diabolically smart in getting us on board with doing that strike because they basically got us on board of taking out the mod.
Wait, that was... Oh, Dr. Yoda. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. Jesse is saying that that's Dr. Yoda. Somehow both. Oh, hey, Ray is here saying somehow both. Like, is it possible? To be effective at being a grifter, you need to know what you're doing.
Moderates. Several of the other moderates were killed. So now the IRGC and a lot of the hardliners who've been advocating for more aggression against us and the Israelis for quite some time, they're now in power and they're saying like, hey, are we going to sit, and play this negotiating game with the Americans and wait for them to attack us for the third time during negotiations? Let's hit them. Also, the Iranian regime, they were having some internal strife before the conflict kicked off in February. However, since we killed the Ayatollah and hit Iran, they've had a rally around the flag effect with their people. So,
oh my fucking God, this bullshit narrative of they had a rally around the flag effect. Yeah, sure. The Iranian people who were just massacred by the regime, who were asking the Americans and Israelis to come and bomb these motherfuckers, all of a sudden thought to themselves, like, we're being bombed. Not the regime, we're being bombed, apparently. That's what they came to the conclusion. They were asking for it. And they were like, oh, let's go rally around the very people who were killing us in numbers way more than anything, than the collateral damage, astronomically in higher numbers than the collateral damage from the American and Israeli attacks. Sure. Let's go rally around the people who are just killing us in the tens of thousands just yesterday, because people who we asked to come save us actually came to save us. Sure, we believe that. Fuck you. Don't speak on behalf of my people. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Stop fooling people. Rally around the flag to fake my ass. The only flag that the Iranian people rally around is not the Islamic Republic flag, is the lion and sun flag. The only flag. Rally around the flag effect. Fuck this motherfucker. Yeah, Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat, saying the douchebaggery of it all. Fuck this guy. Like, they come, they're taking advantage of the suppression of the Iranian people by the Islamic Republic to come and just lie on their behalf. What do the Iranian people need to do more to demonstrate to you that they want the Americans attacked? They want the Israeli to attack. They are asking for it non-stop. Guys, we showed you this. When the bombardments would stop, the Iranian people would get nervous. I'm like, what if they leave? What if the Americans leave? What if the Israelis leave? That's what was giving them anxiety. Every time there was an explosion, they would feel better because they're like, oh, they're still here. You guys remember that? Guys, we on our Persian channel, we started the first campaign from inside of Iran, of Iranian people holding signs saying, thank you, Trump, thank you, Bibi, please hit them, please send help. We had the first mass campaign from inside of Iran to outside of Iran. It went viral on X, demonstrating that this is a demand from inside of Iran. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you like, we just experienced the greatest massacre of modern history, and you are betraying. You are helping the Islamic Republic continue to suppress the Iranian people. History is not going to remember you very well. Fuck you for helping our oppressors. Fuck you for spreading the lies of the Islamic Republic. This is exactly the lies of the Islamic Republic that this motherfucker is repeating. These are the exact clips that the Islamic Republic is going to clip and play on the state media inside Iran. Like, look, the Americans are saying this. The Americans, guys, you know how damaging this is? Because whatever title he had, even if it was not a big deal, it sounds impressive. So the Islamic Republic is going to say, like, look, this is a expert and official, the head of the anti-terrorism in United States government in the United States, saying to the Americans that there's a rally around the flag effect and the Iranian people support the Islamic Republic. This is the best propaganda for the Islamic Republic. This motherfucker is giving the Islamic Republic exactly the propaganda it needs to try to pretend to its followers that, look, the Iranian people are supporting us. We're not saying that. This American that was part of Trump's government is saying that. This is the best help this man could give to the Islamic Republic. And guys, given that the Islamic Republic is the enemy, is number one enemy of United States, the fact that this man is supporting the Islamic Republic like this and spreading their propaganda for them, this is treason. This is treason. Let me know if you think I'm exaggerating. This man is helping United States' #1 enemy. This is treason. Do you guys agree with that?
The hardliners in Iran, just like the hardliners in Israel, and unfortunately, just like the hardliners here in our country, they all want the war to resume because it benefits them. So I think that's what we have to be wary of right now. That's why I say Trump should get us out right now, because one of those hardliners could simply decide to restart the war and, God forbid, kill some of our troops, and then we can't leave under fire. While he can say that we're winning, he should leave right now.
So, it's interesting because right now, the United States and particularly Donald Trump and the Republican Party,
guys, I'll be right back. 30 seconds while I play this.
Are getting nothing beneficial out of this war. Nothing. I mean, the Strait of Hormuz is closed right now. The economy is already roiling as a result of that. It's only going to get worse the longer the strait is closed.
Let me tell you about someone we hired recently. Great on paper, sure, but what really sold me? They were genuinely interested in the role, asked smart questions. You could tell they actually wanted to work here. Their excitement made their resume stand out from all the others. If you're hiring, you want a candidate who's passionate about your role. But you can't get that insight from just a resume unless you post your job on ZipRecruiter. Now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/TYT. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds qualified candidates quickly.
Oh no, guys, I left. I'm sorry. I left you at the worst time. I didn't know this guy's gonna come. I was like, oh no. Stop. Okay, I saved you. I'm sorry. I'm stuck. Oh no, I didn't know it was gonna cut to this. Oh no. Yeah, oh my god. I okay, sorry for leaving you with this. I didn't expect that. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh my god. Let's just keep going. Oh, there we go.
Every incentive to walk away. And he's one of the
No, I don't hate you guys. Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was gonna happen. Oh no, I didn't expect this to all of a sudden happen. I'm back. Oh guys, by the way, I was thinking when I was leaving because I was hearing it in my ear. And like, what is this woman talking about? The economy. Oh my god, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my god. Isn't that sexy? I mean, guys, I know there's going to be a correction at some point. Like, this is crazy. This is like crazy. But still, like in the middle of a war, how do you achieve that in the middle of a war? These are record highs. Is beautiful. Like, look at this. Even if I look at look at that. Look at this. Is the so year over year, we're up 28%. And then if you go 5 years, look at that. Look at how sharp that jump is. You see that? You could cut somebody with that. You see this? You can see that V. You could cut someone with this V here. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Anyways, let's go back.
These rare people who's able to, say that he won, right? Like declare victory even in the face of defeat, and people will believe it. So I think he could totally pull that off and just end this. But he's not doing that. So the real question is, why? Is it because, look, some people genuinely think, oh, well, the Israelis have something on him. Maybe it's blackmail. Others argue that he's worried about people.
You know what he's trying to say? He's basically trying to hit at Epstein files. That's what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Fuck you. Oh my God, let me see. Ooh, guys, look at this. Oil prices are down month over month, down 25%. That's crazy. Guys, we were promised that if there's going to be war in the Persian Gulf, oil prices will hit $200. We're at 84. 84.
Being assassinated by the Israelis. Those are some of the more hyperbolic allegations. But other allegations might have to do with, something that we're unaware of, right? Like maybe Trump genuinely thinks he could get a deal. But what is your read of it? Why do you think Trump is allowing the Israelis to essentially dictate the terms of this war, how long it lasts, and whether or not it ends?
No, dictate the terms. What the fuck are you talking about? The United States has a lot more influence on Israel's politics than Israel and United States. Does anybody not get that? Does anybody not get that? Do you guys agree with this statement that I just made? Like, you guys, I mean, I don't know. The anti-Jewish hate makes these people say anything. They just make stuff up as they go.
You're right, and that's the question. I mean, because right now, for President Trump to stay in the situation that he knows is bad, that he's not benefiting from, America's not benefiting from.
Yeah, somebody saying in the chat, they literally think that Israel runs America. It's the Jewish trope. It's the Jews with this. By the way, should I do this? Because YouTube might think that I am saying that. YouTube, I'm not saying this. I'm making fun of these fuckers, right? It's the Jews with their scheming ways from behind the scenes, from behind in the dark rooms. I shouldn't do my hand like that, right? YouTube's gonna think I'm doing it. YouTube's AI is still retarded. If I do the Jewish anti-Jewish tropes, they're gonna think like the AI is gonna be like, oh my god, this fucker is like, we need to take down this channel. Yes, exactly. This is literally anti-Semitism. Exactly. This is the most famous trope.
Smart money would say that he would just pull out and, like you said and I said, just kind of project that he had won. So the question is, well, why is he doing this? And my best guess is it is a combination of, there is an unknown factor there, and I will be accused of being called a conspiracy theorist, but saying that, hey, we should at least look at.
I wonder why. Guys, it's interesting because I used to debate flat earthers, right? And they would often start their conversations like this, like, how do you know this? And they're gonna like, well, I know I'm gonna be accused of being a conspiracy theorist, and they're like, yeah, and I think it would be justified, and I think for good reason. Like, that's the conspiracy theorist's greatest defense. They think like if they start their bullshit conspiracy theories by first saying, I know I'm going to get accused of being a conspiracy theorist, that means that we can't do it anymore because they already did it. They already said it themselves. Like, nope, yeah, we would, and we have good reason to.
The assassination attempts against President Trump, the breaches in his security, what happened of Charlie Kirk. We should factor those things in. I'm not saying it's 100%.
This guy is going that fucking far? Wait a minute. No. Is this guy that deep into retardation territory? No. I did not expect that. Hold on. Maybe I misheard.
Being called a conspiracy theorist, but saying that, hey, we should at least look at the assassination attempts against President Trump, the breaches in his security, what happened of Charlie Kirk. We should factor those things in. I'm not saying it's 100%, the case, but maybe they're also.
This guy is going as far as such this. I don't know. I have no idea how to respond. This broke. I wasn't prepared for this level of lunacy. I wasn't. I can't even shout because I'm very surprised. Like I'm lost for words. This guy is now suggesting that the Jews killed Charlie Kirk and wanted to kill President Trump. This guy is Israel. He's suggesting that maybe Israel. So we're at Candace Owens level retardation now. Are we at Candace Owens level of retardation? Israel planned the assassination of Charlie Kirk and also President Trump. What the fuck? Yes, he blamed the Jew. He's blaming the Jews for Charlie Kirk. That's where we're at. And this is the source of your information. This is the authority for. Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? Actually, I'm not mad. I'm not mad because this makes our job easier. Like, you know, I'm glad that our enemies are this fucking stupid, go that low. Okay, because I don't need to. You know why this is a good thing? Let me tell you. Because if I ever want to show you that quoting Joe Kent is fucking stupid, I only have to say that this motherfucker blamed the Jews on killing Charlie Kirk. This motherfucker is blaming Jews for trying to kill President Trump. So enough said. And that my job is easy. I just need to state that fact, and it's over. That is it. That is it. I still can't believe that this is the level. Are all anti-Semites this stupid? You know what? I understand Nick Fuentes now. You know what? Because Nick Fuentes, he's not stupid. Okay? He's evil, but he's not stupid. And I think Nick Fuentes constantly gets frustrated for the IQ level of anti-Semites. And he calls it low IQ anti-Semitism. The reason why he calls it low IQ anti-Semitism, because he considers himself to be high IQ anti-Semitism. And Nick Fuentes is justified to get this frustrated with low IQ anti-Semitism. And this is what Nick Fuentes calls low IQ anti-Semitism. Do you guys know that, right? Nick Fuentes identifying low IQ anti-Semitism as opposed to people like him who are high IQ anti-Semitism. But yeah, this is Candace Owens level of lunacy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look into this. Listen to this.
There's an unknown factor there, and I will be accused of, being called a conspiracy theorist, but saying that, hey, we should.
Every time you hear that, the most retarded shit follows after. Whenever you hear somebody saying like, "Oh, I'm going to get accused of of conspiracy theory," then that's where your cue for expecting the most retarded shit to be said right after.
Why is he doing this? And my best guess is it is a combination of there is an unknown factor there, and I will be accused of being called a conspiracy theorist, but saying that, hey, we should at least look at the assassination attempts against President Trump, the breaches in his security, what happened of Charlie Kirk. We should factor those things in. I'm not saying it's 100%, the case, but maybe there also is something.
I'm not gonna say it's 100% the case. I'm just gonna put the accusation. I'm just gonna put a baseless accusation out there. This is what people do when they want to put something out there that is completely baseless. They were like, "Well, I'm not saying it's 100%, right? It's not. I'm not gonna say it's 100%, right? I'm just gonna put it out there that we need to look into whether, I don't know, Sarah. No, I'm not even gonna say it because that's horrible. Okay, like I'm just gonna say it by myself. Like, let's say, for example, let's say one of you guys are like, "Hey guys, we need to look into whether Armin abuses his dogs." I'm not saying that he's doing that, but I think we should look into it. That's what people do. They think that they cover themselves by saying that they're not 100% sure, gives them the justification to just introduce baseless accusations.
Else that's unknown that I'm not sure of, or really the Israelis did a very, very good job of profiling American politics and profiling President Trump's psychology, and they still have this echo chamber around him that I described in my resignation letter, where you have higher level Israeli officials that are engaging directly outside of official channels with American officials that are on Trump's inner circle. You've got the media echo chamber that he consumes of Fox News, the New York.
Yeah, see, Ray is saying planting messages is the most accurate brainwashing process. Yep. Yeah, and also people are pointing at, Charlie Kirk criticism for Bibi was you need to be more effective at defending Israel. So if anything, so first of all, Charlie loved Israel, and he loved Bibi Netanyahu, right? But the disagreement, like these people are trying to suggest that Charlie's disagreement with Bibi was because he was turning against Israel. But if you read the letter that Charlie wrote to Netanyahu, it was the opposite. It was his concern that Israel is not doing enough to win the narrative war, the media war. And he was giving recommendations on how to do that. It was actually his love for Israel that made him criticize Netanyahu. He wasn't turning against Israel. And yeah, and Charlie was correct. Exactly. He was.
Post, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity, et cetera. You've got the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, the pro-Israel think tank that's staffing a lot of his national security decisions that are saying, no, Mr. President, you can't leave. They're playing to his ego and saying that you're historic. You're the only one that can take down this regime that's been in power for the last 47 years. I understand that, and I think that makes sense to a certain degree. However, I do think President Trump is smart enough to see that he's, again, not getting anything out of this. So I'm kind of left going back to our original question of,
he's not getting anything out of this. Israel has helped the United States inflict more damage to the main enemy of the United States at a fraction of the price. At a fraction of the price that United States would have to pay for this if they were doing this without Israel. Let me say that again. Israel has helped United States cause a significant amount of damage to the main enemy of United States at a fraction of the price that United States would have had to pay if it was doing this without Israel. Let me know if you agree.
the hell is he doing? Because I do believe that this is actually out of characteristic for President Trump.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that look, I don't think you're being a conspiracy theorist. I think that there's something bigger here that the general public is totally unaware of.
Okay, well, okay. So Anna is basically agreeing with Israelis being behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk and trying to kill President Trump. Okay, we have that on record as well. Thank you for that. That makes our job easier.
And that's what's keeping him in this war. Look, the other thing that really stood out to me today in the press conference that he held was a statement that he made about Oman, which we have absolutely no problem with whatsoever. But Oman has been working with Iran in trying to figure out how to manage the Strait of Hormuz. And so here's what Trump had to say in response to a question about the strait, and then he issues a threat toward.
You're lying. You're lying. She said we have no issues. We have had no issues with Oman. Listen to this part again.
Which we have absolutely no problem with whatsoever. But look, the other thing that really stood out to me today in the press conference that he held was a statement that he made about Oman, which we have absolutely no problem with whatsoever.
You have no problem with Oman? Oman was trying to work with the Islamic Republic to collect tolls at the Strait of Hormuz. You don't get to fucking do that. In fact, not only United States has a problem with that, every other fucking country on the planet that is not the Islamic Republic and Oman has a problem with that, because the Strait of Hormuz is a natural waterway. You don't get to fucking do that. You only get to collect tolls if it's a canal that you have built and you're collecting money because you built it. Your country built it. So the Panama Canal, you get to collect tolls because the Panama Canal is not natural. You built it. Ships of other countries can go through it because you built it. So you get to collect tolls. The Suez Canal is not natural. You built it. So you get to collect tolls because other countries get to go through it because your country built it. The Strait of Hormuz it's not artificial, it's natural. You don't get to collect tolls. It was already there. It was made by nature. What the fuck? Of course, not only United States has a problem with Oman trying to work with the Islamic Republic collecting tolls, the whole world should have a problem with Oman. Yeah, I mean, technically, the United States built it, but like we could. That's yeah. Actually, you're right, Texas. It was the United States that built that one, and that's why President Trump thinks is like we didn't like the United States doesn't have a good deal with Panama, and because they didn't get to collect from it as much as they should have, given their participation in building it. Yes, Sketch saying, "Oh my God, new retards! I'm so happy." Yes, we're diversity is our strength. Right, we're being diverse here.
A statement that he made about Oman, which we have absolutely no problem with whatsoever. But Oman has been working with Iran in trying to figure out how to manage the Strait of Hormuz. And so
yeah, manage the Strait of Hormuz by collecting tolls from it. Yeah, we're not going to let that.
Here's what Trump had to say in response to a question about the strait, and then he issues a threat toward Oman. Take a look.
Iran wants control of the Strait of Hormuz. Would you accept a short-term deal that allows Iran and Oman to control the strait? And would they have to open it immediately, or would you be open to that happening over a period of time?
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody.
And who would control it?
It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up.
Yeah, that was perfect. You either get in line and follow the rules, or we blow you up. And guess what? You don't even have to blow them up, because it's a threat. And the threat does its job beautifully. The threat is the United States of America. Okay, Oman will piss its pants just by hearing such a threat. You don't need to shoot missiles at them. Just that one statement is enough to get them to abide by the rules. Just that one statement will make Oman never even ever again think about doing such shit ever again. They will never ever think about that ever again with just one statement. These people are going to act like, oh my God, we're going to blow up Oman now. Nope. Just the threat was enough. The threat, I'm pretty sure that Oman was shitting its pants as soon as they heard this. And I think the threat was enough. This is the cheapest way to get Oman to abide by the rules. Because as soon as they heard that, they were like, holy fucking shit. Like, nobody has ever threatened us like this ever. And we need to go out and it produces the result that we wanted, because Oman came out, they're like, we're never doing that. Like, oh, no, are you kidding me? We're not doing that. So this is a threat, very cheap, no need for kinetic military operations. You just need to give them a threat and they will now behave. What is the problem with that? If you could say the magic word and without any military expenditure or any kinetic activity, get a country to behave by just saying some magic words, I mean, aren't you saving the Americans and the whole world a lot of money by just saying the magic words and making this country never, ever, ever think of doing this ever again? Thank you for being very cost efficient, President Trump.
Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not an expert on military, anything related to the military. So I want to.
Yeah, we know, Anna. You're not Anna. You're not an expert in anything other than grifting.
Just put that on the table and let everyone know I'm ignorant of this. But that statement, first of all, the threat toward Oman, I personally think is totally unhinged. But also the statement.
It worked. It fucking worked, and it didn't cost the United States anything.
Overall, I find to be a little bit unhinged, because it's one thing to make a claim like that when you have the military capability to force open the Strait of Hormuz. But my read of this is that we do not have the military capacity to do that. Maybe I'm incorrect. Can you give us some?
You don't have the military capacity to bomb Oman? Wait, did I hear that right? Yeah, you're clearly not a military expert.
Military capability to, because it's one thing to make a claim like that when you have the military capability to force open the Strait of Hormuz. But my read of this is that we do not have the military capacity to do that. Maybe I'm incorrect. Can you give?
to bomb Oman? Wait, what? Yes, you are. United States doesn't have the military capacity to bomb Oman? What? What? Oh, to force open? No.
Find to be a little bit unhinged, because it's one thing to
okay, I read it wrong. Okay, let's listen to this, because this cannot be right.
Make a claim like that when you have the military capability to force open the Strait of Hormuz. But my read of this is that we do not have the military capacity to do that. Maybe I'm incorrect. Can you?
Oh, okay. To open the Strait of Hormuz. Okay.
Give us some, clarity on it.
If there was a military solution, President Trump would say to Secretary Hegseth, make it so, and it would be done. Although I think President Trump understands.
Yeah, but okay. Then what does that got to do with the threat against Oman being a wrong thing?
That any tactical victory we have would be very short-lived. Otherwise, again, he would just execute it. Look, the Iranians don't need much in terms of technology to be able to really hamper the commerce on the Straits of Hormuz. We've known this now for.
Yeah, but if it's easy for the Islamic Republic to threaten commercial ships at the Strait of Hormuz, you know what? This is correct, actually. I'll tell you, but he's saying it, but he's not giving you the complete picture. It's actually very easy for the Islamic Republic with very, very, very little military capability to close the Strait of Hormuz. You don't need to have a lot of missiles, a lot of drones. You don't even need to for them to be accurate or very strong. Commercial ships are very risk averse, and as long as you could shoot some drones sometimes at some ships at the Strait of Hormuz, at the commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz, even if they don't hit, given the risk averse nature of commercial ships, they're gonna be like, yep, we're not gonna pass until it's completely safe. So they can't get insurance even if the risk is very low, right? The insurance prices will be very, very, very high. So it is true. This part is true. It's very, very, very easy for the Islamic Republic to close the Strait of Hormuz. And there's really not that a military option for you to be able to open the Strait of Hormuz. But that's not the complete picture. The complete picture is that if it is easy for the Islamic Republic to close the Strait of Hormuz, then by that very fact, it's even easier for the United States to put a blockade on Iranian ports. So listen to this. If it's easy for the Islamic Republic to close the Strait of Hormuz, then it's even easier for the United States to put a blockade on the Iranian ports. So technically, indirectly, there is a military solution to open the Strait of Hormuz. Not by directly using military operations on the Strait of Hormuz to open it. No. The genius way that President Trump is using military operations to open the Strait of Hormuz is to do what the Islamic Republic is doing to the Strait of Hormuz, but more effectively on the Iranian ports. And we're like, keep closing the Strait of Hormuz. I'm not hurting. Everybody else is hurting. I'm okay. And you're hurting significantly more because of the blockade on the Iranian ports. Let's see who's going to let's see, like they say that you have a lot of pain tolerance. We'll see about that. We'll see about you not being able to sell your oil. We'll see who will get to tolerate this, because you look at this, like I showed you, the S&P was going up all the time, the entire time, while the Strait of Hormuz was blocked. But was the Islamic Republic hurting? So technically he's wrong. If you focus on it only on the Strait of Hormuz, then he might seem like he's correct. There is no military operation solution to open the Strait of Hormuz. But if you zoom out and look at the overall strategy, I don't focus on the Strait of Hormuz. I go, if you try to hurt us here, I'll try to hurt you somewhere else. And I can inflict more pain on you than you could inflict pain on us. And that's the military solution to opening the Strait of Hormuz. Does that make sense?
For decades. So when President Trump, I had to go back and listen to that clip several times because I didn't know if he misspoke and clearly.
Somebody's saying, where are you from, Armin? I'm from Iran. And yeah, Amira agrees.
he didn't. Well, this kind of actually goes back to what we were just talking about. When I hear President Trump speak like that, I think it's very much out of character. Trump can be hyperbolic.
Well, you don't know his character.
But usually it's
you don't know his character because everything he's doing is completely based on everything we know about the art of the deal. So when you say this, I mean, guys, I used to watch President Trump a lot before he became president. Because I'm into business and finance, and I used to watch The Apprentice. So I think everything he's doing is completely in line with his character. Don't you guys agree? Like every time President Trump is basically comes out and speaks and basically is unpredictable, says different statements against the Islamic Republic, I always think like I'm watching another episode of The Apprentice. I always feel like, okay, this is another episode of it feels like I have deja vu with the episodes of Apprentice. I'm like, yeah, no, everything is completely in line with his character.
Well, this kind of actually goes back to what we were just talking about. When I hear President Trump speak like that, I think it's very...
Oh my God, guys, look at this. We have an Iranian. Oh my God, look at this. This Iranian is asking me to tell you something. Okay, he's saying, Armin, lotfan beheshun begu. So he doesn't speak English. So he's asking me to say this for you guys. Okay. So, Masume, sorry, I said he. She's saying, Armin, لطفاً بهشون بگو دوستشون داریم و ممنون از حمایتشون. So Masume is telling me, yes, Omid, I saw it's a she. I forgot. Masume is she. I saw her. I didn't read her name fully. So she's saying, Armin, please tell them that we love them, meaning you guys, and we are thankful for your support. Thank you, Masume. Masume, merci. بهشون گفتم. So Armin, لطفاً بهشون بگو. That means Armin, please tell them. دوستشون داریم. That we love them. و ممنون از حمایتشون. And thank you for your support. Thank you. مرسی معصومه. گفتم بهش. ترجمه کردم.
Much out of character. She goes back to what we were just talking about. When I hear President Trump speak like that, I think it's very much out of character. Trump can be hyperbolic, but usually it's kind of in a jokey, over-the-top, kind of trolly way. When it comes to diplomacy and high-level negotiations, I haven't heard him talk like this with,
Wait, I need to send back the message. Texas is saying, Armin, tell her we love her. اگه معصومه تکساس تریپ داره میگه که ما هم عاشق تو هستیم. ما هم عاشقتیم. ما هم دوستت داریم. معصومه is saying سپاس و جاوید شاه. So she's saying thank you and جاوید شاه. جاوید شاه معصومه.
Negotiations. I haven't heard him talk like this with, a partner country or a friendly country, even a country that he respects. I know he respects the Omanis. I've never heard that before. I've heard him be very, very measured before. I've heard him even chastise aides before for using harsh language with, a potential trade partner. So I kind of read that as Trump being very frustrated. He's frustrated with a lot of the people who are noticing that he's out of really good options and who are saying the things that we're saying, like, Mr. President, why don't you just leave? And for some reason, he can't leave. And now he's lashing out at many people who used to support him, myself included. I understand why he lashed out at me because of the way I left the administration. So I understand that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, there's all these folks, Tucker Carlson, there's all these people who were core Trump supporters now who are saying, Mr. President, what the hell are you doing? And he's lashed out at them. Maybe the Omanis have said something to him behind closed doors. They more than likely have, because
they were planning with the Islamic Republic to collect tolls on the Strait of Hormuz. What else do you need? What else do you need? They were trying to collect illegal tolls on international waterways, working with the enemy of the United States to do that. What else do you fucking need?
The Omanis for a very long time, they've been like the Switzerland, the Geneva almost of the Middle East. And they've helped us out a lot with that.
They're working with the enemy of the United States.
back-channel diplomacy. So when he says that, I don't think it's necessary. It does come across as being very unhinged, but I think he's just frustrated with the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I would be frustrated with the situation as well, but I would maybe avoid sidelining DNI Gabbard, who has stepped down from her position when she did the threat assessment and said that Iran is not building nuclear weapons, is not a threat to the United States.
Oh my God. The only thing that they showed is that the Islamic Republic doesn't have a nuclear weapon right now, which we already know. It doesn't mean that they're not building a nuclear weapon. And it's always, the Islamic Republic has always been a threat to the United States. They have already killed more Americans than any other current regime in the world. Like, never been to, what do they have to do to be a threat? Isn't that disrespectful to all the people? Isn't this man's wife killed by a proxy by the Islamic Republic? Am I not wrong? Like, I don't know. Isn't Joe Kent's wife? Wasn't she killed by a proxy of the Islamic Republic? Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But they have, like, isn't that disrespectful to all the Americans that have already been killed by the Islamic Republic if you say that they're not a threat? Yes, I'm right. Holy shit. Are you sure? Yes. Oh my God. So you're looking at, is he going to say is he going to respond, shut the fuck up, bitch? What do you mean they're not a threat? Not a threat. They killed my wife? Like, my wife, is his wife not American? The Islamic Republic is not a threat to the United States. They killed his wife. They killed this man's wife. Are you going to take that? Are you going to respond? Isn't that like an insult to every single American that has been killed by the Islamic Republic to say that the Islamic Republic is not a threat to America? Unfucking believable. And also, didn't Tulsi Gabbard get cancer? Like, her husband get cancer or something? Wasn't that the reason? I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I don't know.
And I would have maybe considered that Israel does have completely different objectives than the United States. And
not completely. No, not completely. Israel and United States, their interests and their goals are very, very aligned. Is it 100% aligned? No, because no two nation states have complete aligned interests. No two nation states have complete aligned interests. But as far as alignment goes, Israel and United States is hard to get closer than that. It's harder to get closer than that. Yes, her husband has bone cancer. Yeah, exactly.
Back to your point about how the US demands absolutely no uranium enrichment by the Iranians. I mean, every country has the right to enrich uranium up to like 3.5%.
No, they fucking don't. No, they fucking don't. No, they fucking don't. Anna, if you're talking about rights, do you have the right to threaten United States and Israel with annihilation? Do you have that right? Where did she get? Where is this right that she's talking about? Where did they get that right? No, you don't have that right. Who says you have that right? You don't have that right. What the fuck are you talking about? If you are threatening other countries with annihilation, then the world has a right to come and say, no, you fucking don't. No, you don't. You don't. Like, we're not gonna let you. What the fuck are we making up rights now? Are we making up rights now? What right is she talking about? You don't have. There is no inherent right.
For energy purposes.
In fact, countries that are being threatened with complete destruction, they have the right to come and stop you from enriching uranium. That's the right that we have. That there is that right. And also, like, aren't they enriching? Like, they are, but I know they're enriching 60%, but her point is like we should allow them to enrich 3.5%. No, you don't need to allow them that. You should never allow them that. There is no right. And guys, I hope everybody understand that the difference between not enriching uranium and enriching uranium even by a tiny percentage, like 1%, well, like so way below 3%. The gap between going from not enriching uranium to enriching the smallest percentage amount is so much higher than the gap between 3% and 60%. So from 0 to 3, that's a much bigger gap than 3 to 60. And the gap between 60 to 90 is basically nothing at all. I hope you understand, because these numbers are confusing. People think like, oh, going from 0 to 3 is easier than 3 to 90. It's not. It's not. Once you enrich uranium even by a tiny bit, it's really easy to just go all the way to 90. That's why you shouldn't let the Islamic Republic enrich uranium at all. At all.
Has the right to enrich uranium up to like 3.5% for energy purposes, and apparently there are medical purposes as well.
Did she just refute her own point right here? For peaceful purposes? Yeah, if a country is only enriching uranium for peaceful purposes, then they can enrich uranium. That's that's true. Do you think the Islamic Republic is enriching uranium for peaceful purposes? Oh my God. I wish the clip from the movie Dictator was not copyrighted so we could just play it, because this is comedy. We're watching comedy. You know which scene I'm talking about? Anna, you can't be that retarded. You cannot be that retarded. There's no way. You're pretending. You must be pretending. So, wish I could show this scene from The Dictator, because that's funny. But I think like, yes, Anna, you're basically comedy now. So I can only show you the picture because YouTube will copyright strike us if I actually show you the clip. But you guys know what I'm referring to, right? Right? You guys know the scene? Do you know this reference? I wish I could play it. That's what she's saying. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you for the super chat. Saying, fellow Iranian, Hammi Hanan, never lose. Hammi Hanan means compatriots. Never lose hope. We will be victorious. Israelis, you are not alone. We stand with you. Stay strong. If this Anna banana woman. Anna banana. Love it. Let me heart the super chat. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you. And then we got another super chat by another Iranian. Sarah, thank you so much. Sarah saying, Masum, I love you and all Iranians, Javid Shah. Oh, yes, we love Masum, we love Sammy, and we love Sarah. And thank you, and Javid Shah. And Sayed with another super chat saying, for peaceful purposes. No, we have to do it like the movie Dictator, like this. So you have to say, for peaceful purpose. No, I can't act. I hate. But God, YouTube, let us play these clips. It's just like 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Can I play 5 seconds of it? I can't. Can I? No. Let me see. Like, I'll try for 5 seconds of it. Let's see if we'll get in trouble or not. Are we gonna get in trouble? Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna do for peaceful purposes. No, I'm not. I can't. You know what? I know what to do here. No. Here.
Months away from enriching weapons-grade uranium.
I'm gonna pause just to try to avoid getting copyright strike.
To be used for peaceful purposes.
That's good. That's enough. We're not gonna do more. That's it. Okay. All right. That was it. See? Perfect. That's what Anna is saying.
I mean, every country has the right to enrich uranium up to like 3.5% for energy purposes, and apparently there are medical purposes as well. You need enriched uranium to reach 90% in order to build a nuclear weapon. And I'm not saying this just to insult Trump, because I'm genuinely curious. Do you think that he knows that? And do you think there's maybe a possibility?
No. Trump doesn't know, and Trump knows that this is that you could use enriched uranium for peaceful purposes. He doesn't know. Thank you for educating us. Okay, only you know that. Such an expert.
That Trump would, if someone spoke to him about this, like, do you think that he would maybe accept Iran being able to enrich uranium up to 3.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, in her world, like Trump is like somebody. If this would solve, like, one way to solve this problem, like, hey, Trump, let me tell you this thing, okay? You actually can enrich uranium to 3% and use it for peaceful purposes, okay? Did you know that? Like, and Trump, like, oh my god, really? Oh my god! All of these years we have been trying to stop the Islamic Republic from trying to enrich uranium. Why did nobody tell me that? Okay, guys, let's just let them do it then. Okay, Anna, you solved the problem. Fantastic. This is what world do these people live in?
5%.
Yeah,
I don't think President Trump, at the beginning of the administration, he didn't really care about the enrichment per se. I don't.
Wait a minute. Hasn't Trump been talking about this like for decades? What do you mean? He didn't care about this from the... Oh my god. I thought there was a very old video of Trump talking about this. He looks very young. I don't know if I could find it. Very old video, Trump. Yeah, there is. I can't find it right now. Was it in the 80s, maybe? Can't find it. But I remember there was this very, very old video of Trump talking about like stopping the Islamic Republic from going nuclear, and he's like really young, and the video is like really old, in the 1980s or early 1980s. Yeah, but I can't find it right now. Yes, it was in the 80s.
Think he was a technical expert on levels of enrichment. He was dead set, and he says this all the time: Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. And the reason why Trump was at the negotiating table with the Iranians on 2 separate occasions, and I believe on the cusp of getting a deal, was because President Trump said Iran can never have a nuclear weapon, and the Ayatollah said, "Well, good news. I've had a fatwa, a prohibition on developing a nuclear weapon that's been."
Oh my god, there was a fatwa! There was a fatwa, guys. It was a fatwa. I'm so sorry. We have been wasting everyone's time. No. I mean, guys, we all know that if there's one unbreakable rule written within the fabric of the universe, is that the Ayatollah can never lie. Ayatollahs are honest. These are the foundational, like right even before the Big Bang. This was the fundamental rule of time and matter. Okay, all the laws of the universe can be violated one way or another, but when an Ayatollah speaks, that is final, and there's nothing that could violate that, and it will be like that forever. Okay, this is hard coded within the fabric of the universe. Why didn't you tell us? Why didn't Joe Kent come and tell us? I mean, John Kerry apparently told us, we didn't pay attention. Okay, so Joe Kent is reminding us. The Ayatollah said, Ayatollah obviously never lies. Okay, it's not like it's when in their fucking religion. It's not like it's written in the fucking religion that you could say whatever the fuck that you want to save Islam, to save their fucking revolution. It's not like it's written in the religion. It's not like they have a religious teaching saying that you could lie about whatever you want to save Islam. That would be dangerous, right? We wouldn't be able to trust them if they had that in the religion. But thank God they don't have that. That means we could trust them. There was a fatwa, guys. There was a fatwa against nuclear weapons.
In place since 2003. And President Trump asked us early on in the administration, why doesn't Iran have a nuclear weapon? And we pointed out the fatwa, and we said, hey, a lot of people won't trust a fatwa because it's like this, Shia religious decree, and we have no reason to trust it other than the fact that it's actually worked. And Iran could have had a
It worked. What do you mean it worked? Because it didn't work. What do you mean it worked? You're like, oh, it's fatwa, we can't trust it. But but they're wrong because it worked. What do you mean it worked? The entire time they were building up. Do you not see the intelligence reports? The entire time under the JCPOA, they were trying to build a nuclear bomb. It wasn't the JCPOA that was holding them back. It was Israel. That sabotaged them. Do you remember the fucking virus that destroyed Natanz? It was them killing it was Israel killing the scientists. It was the bombing. It was the assassinations. It was the virus. It was every single time. It was Israel that stopped them, not JCPOA. What the fuck are you talking about? How are these people taken seriously? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he just a few minutes ago, he was blaming Israel for killing Charlie Kirk. What do you expect from these retards?
Nuclear weapon long before President Trump was even in his first administration, if they wanted to. But their strategy was really pragmatic. They didn't want to get the Gaddafi treatment by giving up everything, giving up the ability to enrich uranium. They didn't want to get the Saddam treatment by like rushing towards a nuclear weapon or making it look like, kind of hinting that they had a nuclear weapon. So they kind of had this middle version where they could have a nuclear weapon, but they weren't going to. And enriching uranium was a key.
They wanted to be in a situation where they could go from not having a nuclear weapon to having a nuclear weapon at a moment's notice. Do you want that in the world, Joe Kent? Do you want a situation where the Islamic Republic is basically could have a nuclear weapon before anybody could stop them? Is that the world that you want to live in? A death cult, pan-Islamic Shia imperialist regime with expansionist goals, with the aim of destroying not just Israel, not just the little Satan, but also the big Satan, which is your country. Do you want them to have a nuclear weapon? You fuckers keep talking about the Strait of Hormuz. Do you know the Strait of Hormuz will be immediately closed if the Islamic Republic gets even close to that situation? Do you know that even without a nuclear weapon, if the Islamic Republic gets up to 30,000 ballistic missiles, then they will immediately close the Strait of Hormuz, knowing that they now have enough deterrence capability that nobody's going to come stop them anymore?
Part of that was well understood, and I believe President Trump understood it. If you even go back to some of the original messaging that Steve Witkoff was using when he would do media appearances, he was talking about him and the Iranians sitting down and negotiating, levels of enrichment, how the enrichment would be monitored by the international community. They were working out the technical details, and this is why I believe the Israelis came in with their influence operation in a full court press to move the red line away from Iran can never have a nuclear weapon to Iran can't enrich. The way they're able to.
It's the same fucking thing. The only reason why the Islamic Republic enriches is to get a nuclear weapon. You guys know how I know that? Where's the fucking electricity? These fuckers have been enriching for fucking ever. There's no electricity. We have power outages in a country that is sitting on energy. A country, one of the most oil and gas rich countries in the world, has electricity outages. So where's the electricity from the enrichment?
to launder that talking point into becoming US policy, backed us into this corner. And every time you see Trump come out and say Iran can't have a nuclear weapon, it's always cleaned up later on about enrichment. And then they push him and he's painted back into this corner. So I think if we could just get the enrichment issue, out of the way, we would move on past that and we'd be much closer to actually making a deal.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that. Great point.
Guys, the deal that these people are bragging about funded October 7th. These motherfuckers want dead Jews. These motherfuckers want dead Jews. Obama's JCPOA deal funded October 7th, and they're praising it. And they know if you get another deal like the JCPOA, the Islamic Republic will get funded again to kill more Jews. That's why they're supporting it.
About the cleaning up his language after the fact to no enriched uranium. And when you go to the Iranian side and what they're demanding, they have some demands that might be huge red lines for the United States. Like, for instance, Iran wants all US military out of the region. And they did destroy our bases in Gulf countries. And so is that something that you think the Trump administration would be open to?
I think the gut reaction is to say, we'll never back down. We're going to keep our bases here, gosh darn it. But a lot of us have been advocating for a very long time that our bases in these regions, they're actually more of a strategic liability than they are an asset. And this last iteration of conflict with Iran really proved that.
Yeah. Because if you didn't have your bases there, the Islamic Republic were like, oh, that's very nice. The Americans are not here. I guess I'll allow everybody to just go through the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to be like lovey-dovey and peaceful with anybody. The Americans are not here, so we're just going to stop attacking everybody. We're not going to go try to destroy America. We're going to let everybody just use the Strait of Hormuz. They're not going to take advantage of the Americans not being there. Okay. You live in La La Land.
Our bases, we had to evacuate. We had to have our guys go and scatter out to local hotels. We took major damage at CENTCOM headquarters. We're always going to need some degree of, we call it, basing and overflight and, the ability to use some airfields, the ability to use ports. We're always going to need that. But the ability to have a large military presence on Iran's borders, I believe actually plays to our enemy, plays to Iran's strengths. Because if they can reach out and touch us with their weapon systems, then it's game on. It's a fair fight for them. We have the ability, and we proved this with Midnight Hammer, we have the ability to reach all the way across the world and strike our enemies if we want to, and then pull our troops back away from their striking distance. So I think this is like the easiest one for Trump to give to the Iranians. Say, okay, fine, we'll pull the vast majority of our basing out of the region. We'll occasionally use some places here and there for.
Not every operation is like Midnight Hammer. Operations like Epic Fury requires you to be in the region. You fucking idiot. The United States is a global superpower partly because of its military bases all around the world, and this guy is anti-American. This guy is basically against one of the main things that made United States into the world superpower.
We'll pull the vast majority of our basing out of the region. We'll occasionally use some places here and there for overflight. Fine, we'll give you that one. And then Trump can turn to the American people and say, yeah, these bases were dumb anyways, just like he's doing with a lot of the basing in Europe. He can be like, this is an old construct. We're getting ripped off on the whole deal. We're going to bring our guys back home. It's like win-win for both sides. So I think that's an easy one that we can just move on past, give the Iranians a quick win. We take a quick win. It's tactically good business for us as well.
I agree with you. Final question, and this is a little bit of a maybe controversial, tricky one. So, a few weeks back, there was an alleged rescue operation on Iranian soil by the US military.
Wait, did she say alleged?
Rescue operation. So, a few weeks back, there was an alleged rescue.
Alleged? Okay, I get these people. I mean, anybody who take these people seriously is like beyond hope. Alleged? Are you fucking kidding me?
Operation on Iranian soil by the US military.
This is guys. This is basically, we have moved past Candace Owens territory. This is flat earther level of nonsense.
We lost several military aircraft in that mission. I don't think we're getting the whole story there. I want to know why we were so far in Iranian territory. Was there an effort to retrieve enriched uranium? Is that what was going on there?
I was out of the government by then, so honestly, I don't know. the good news that came out of that, number one, is that none of our guys were killed and we got them all out. But number two, whether that was a botched operation or that was actually legitimately a recovery operation, we did get a taste of how hard it is to operate in Iran. Iran's a big country.
How do you watch that rescue operation and not feel so proud? And like, guys, the only message that these people should be getting from the rescue operation is how amazing it is to be American. Look at the way that we protect our soldiers. Look at what we could do. Look at the things that we could do that no other country can. Like, if you watch that rescue operation and as an American and don't feel some sense of pride that you're American, then fuck you. Like, you are as anti-American as it could get.
We projecting power into Iran is actually very, very challenging. And I'm glad that we got everybody out without anyone getting hurt. And that gave President Trump a taste of how challenging boots on the ground operations would be. Because prior to that,
we look at this. Instead of saying we were so impressed by what America could do, this is their message. This is what they got out of it.
You're seeing a full court press by Lindsey Graham, Sean Hannity, FDD. All of them were yelling about, going boots on the ground, taking one of the islands, actually putting forces in there to support
in the South, not starting from the middle of the country. That's a false analogy. Oh my God.
Some of the so-called resistance fighters. Ever since that happened, a lot of those cries have died.
So-called resistance fighters
on the ground, taking one of the islands, actually putting forces in there to support some of the so-called resistance fighters.
Oh no, yeah. So the Iranian people trying to free their country are so-called resistance fighters. The real resistance fighters are the Palestinian terrorists that you guys support, apparently.
Ever since that happened, a lot of those cries have died down, and I think the president saw how close he was to becoming like Jimmy Carter and having a Desert One type of scenario when we went in back in '79.
Wow, look at this, even if the military operation is successful, they're like, oh, it was almost like the unsuccessful one by Jimmy Carter. Well, it wasn't. It was successful.
And tried to recover our hostages. We had that catastrophic accident. So I don't have any inside information. I don't know. I'm just really glad that everyone got out okay, and we kind of got our fill of it. Hopefully, got our fill of attempting boots on the ground operations.
Yeah, I mean, if that was an enlightening experience for the president and that would prevent boots on the ground, then I'm all for it, because I think it would be disastrous, especially when you consider what the number of troops that went into Iraq in that preemptive war. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of troops. We have 50,000 military personnel, and about, I don't know how many of them are combat.
Yeah, that's completely enough for basically just liberating Bandarabos or some islands. It's not enough for basically taking the entire country, but if you wanted to basically take some islands or Bandarabos or Bushehr, that would be enough.
About veterans or combat troops, but not all 50,000 of them are. And so you compare the terrain or the size of Iran versus Iraq. I mean, it's night and day. It's a far more challenging war. Putting boots on the ground, it's like a death sentence for our soldiers. And I really, really want to prevent that from happening.
Sure. You want to prevent that from happening. You just said the Islamic Republic is not a threat to America, even though they killed more American soldiers, and you're supporting the Islamic Republic, the #1 killer of American soldiers compared to any other living regime. So fuck both of you. Fuck both of you, and long live America. And fuck any other anti-American person that is out there, not knowing, the only whether you're American or not American, the only response to America and their influence globally is that we're grateful and thank you. Okay, so there's that. I need to go. I'm already late for the Iran Revolution Live. Guys, again, I would ask you we're going to start that in 50 minutes. If it's okay with you, some of you, please watch it on our channel, because last time I asked you to do this, you guys, so many of you did watch it over here on Liberty Politics, and that really did help. So thank you for that. So in 15 minutes, we're going to go live again right here. So stay tuned, and also make sure that you're not just subscribed. You need to hit the bell notification as well, so that every time we go live, you get the notification. All right. So see you guys soon. And as always, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainian, long live America, Javid Shah, Payande Iran. See you guys soon.